In a meadow, painted with the brightest wildflowers you've ever seen, lived a sweet little deer named Daisy. This meadow wasn't just beautiful, it was her home, filled with friends who cared for her deeply. Every morning, birds would sing to wake her up, and rabbits would show her where the juiciest clovers were hiding. The squirrels would chatter from the treetops, warning her if any danger was near. Daisy was surrounded by love and help, and her days were usually full of sunshine and laughter. But one sunny afternoon, as Daisy was sipping water from a crystal-clear stream, she saw her reflection. She wiggled her little ears and looked at the small, fuzzy bumps on her head where her antlers would one day grow. Then she saw some of the older, majestic stags walking by, their large, impressive antlers branching out like trees. Suddenly, a wave of sadness washed over her. She sighed, her reflection sighing back at her. "I wish I had big, strong antlers like them," she whispered to a little bluebird perched on a branch above. "Mine are so small and silly." The bluebird just chirped, as if to say, "But you are perfect, just as you are." Daisy, however, was too lost in her wish to listen. She spent the rest of the day moping, barely noticing the delicious berries her squirrel friends brought her or the funny games the fox kids wanted to play. She was so focused on what she didn't have that she completely forgot about all the wonderful things she did. As the afternoon wore on, the sky began to change. The bright blue faded to a deep, moody gray, and the wind started to howl through the trees. Plop, plop, plop. Fat raindrops began to fall, quickly turning into a heavy downpour. It was a sudden, fierce storm. The meadow, once so peaceful, was now a rush of wind and water. The larger animals, including the big stags Daisy had admired, were struggling. Their large antlers got tangled in low-hanging branches, and their size made it hard to find good shelter from the driving rain. They were exposed and getting soaked. But little Daisy, with her small, nimble body, spotted a thick, leafy bush. She scurried underneath it, and it was like having her own tiny, green umbrella. She was completely dry and safe, curled up in her little hideaway. While the storm raged outside, she wasn't alone. Her friends had followed her. The rabbits huddled close, their soft fur keeping her warm. The squirrels chattered reassuringly from a nearby hollow, and the little bluebird tucked itself into the same bush, right beside her. They all stayed together, a small, brave community, until the rain softened to a drizzle and the sun peeked through the clouds, painting a brilliant rainbow across the sky. As Daisy stepped out from under the bush, the world smelled fresh and clean. She looked at her friends, their faces shining with kindness. A warm feeling spread through her chest, much warmer than the sun's rays. It was gratitude. She realized her small size, which she had been so sad about, had actually kept her safe. And more importantly, she realized how incredibly lucky she was to have friends who stood by her, no matter what. She nuzzled the nearest rabbit gently and smiled a big, genuine smile. "Thank you," she said, her voice full of emotion. "Thank you for always helping me and for staying with me. I'm the luckiest deer in the whole world to have you." From that day forward, Daisy stopped wishing for bigger antlers. Instead, she started noticing all the little blessings around her, the sweetness of the morning dew, the warmth of the sun, and, most of all, the love of her wonderful friends. And she found that being thankful was the real secret to being happy. Thank you for listening to Daisy's story. Remember to subscribe for more Tailies from the Meadow.